Hi everybody, my name is Spammals and welcome to the end of month vlog. This is the thing we do where we come together, have a look back at the games we played and look into the future coming up ahead. So without any more stalling, let's begin! So this month was a horror month. Well, at least it started off as a horror month and it started off with Outlast 2. Very excited to play this. It'd been out for a little while by this point. I was very late to the game, but I got to have a go at it. Outlast is my favourite horror franchise. This is the sequel to the best game that ever came out. Okay, I was disappointed on some levels because it wasn't truly a horror game, but more of a thriller, and a lot of the things that I really liked about the first game weren't really represented in this game. But that said, that aside, it was still a great game, had a fantastic storyline that left me asking questions at the end. I don't think we're done with Outlast yet, some more to come, perhaps. But Outlast 2, not a bad game. Go check it out. We also did a demo called The Lighthouse that was not set in a lighthouse, but you could see a lighthouse through a window. So this episode, okay, so the game itself, bleh. It was okay, I guess, but what was more important to me was this episode taught me a lot about editing. I put the priority on pace over content, and I jump cutted it way too much, and for a horror game, I'm not allowed to jump cut that much because it totally killed the vibe, killed the flow, it killed any opportunity of kind of rising tensions on the inside. So thank you for calling me out on that, because that was in the comments, like, Spammals, you gotta slow the fuck down. Cutting too much. And horror games don't be doing that. So you may have noticed going forwards in horror games, I try to jump cut even less. So that's good, we've grown and we've learned something. We also did the Unforgiving demo. This was a Swedish folklore horror gamey thing. It was really interesting. And it's only a demo, but I mean, we got quite a lot of content out of it. It went through the forest, into a cave, back into the forest, into rain, into buildings, and there was about 4 or 5 different monsters, and it was genuinely creepy. But at the same time, it was genuinely interesting. I wanted to kind of Google and to learn more about these mythical creatures that I was being stalked by. So that was interesting. I look forward to hearing more of that in the future. We also did Little Nightmares. Oh boy, what a joy this is. It was only a short game, like 5 episodes came out of it, and it was just a really fun kind of puzzle side-scroller with our little, I think she's called 7 or 11, a little girl in a yellow raincoat. What was good about the game was that I think the story is kind of ambiguous in a sense that we can make what it is. So for myself, I definitely saw like a prison ship kind of feeding the peoples till they get fat enough so then they become the food for the next peoples in this kind of society of ultimate control. But then it's also suggested that the girl is just a runaway and her mother, she kills her mother at the end and goes free into the world or something like that. Anyway, moving on. Oh, it's a good game. Now moving on. So this happened for the first and second week, but in the third week, we did White Noise 2. Now, this was gifted to me by Toffee Apple Lisa, and I'm so glad she did, because I love horror games. I like multiplayer games. It's very rare or difficult to get a good multiplayer horror game, but this was exactly it. The game is really well made. The worlds and environments are really beautiful and stunning, and heavily detailed, and also heavily shaded. Your depth of field is very limited, you can't see very far, but it's done in a really tasteful way, and it has genuine horror to it. When the monster comes upon you, it really does catch you by surprise. You turn a corner, blah, ah! Are they big or small? There were some genuine moments of terror, screaming and running away, and like Lisa's like, guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? And we're like, just run, run! That's cool, we did 2 episodes of that, and we're gonna do more. That's a guaranteed. Like, next time we start going back into horror games, we're going to go back into White Noise 2. There's like a load of different levels. There's like a hospital level. How good would that be? So, I'm excited. We also did another Game Jolt game called Devotion, and it was, I think it's a demo. It's a demo. That's what it is. It's an alpha demo or something like that. You go to this old family hotel in search of your dad. You've been sent a letter to say to come there, and then there's a cultist inside, and shit goes bad, and there's a monster. It wasn't good. It's not good. I can't remember what my impressions were at the time, but having had time to then think about it and let it sink in, like, it doesn't have many lasting impressions, I guess. Anyway, let's move on. I did another game called Gnomed, which is demon backwards. That was utter shit. You know, I don't even remember anything about this game. Really? Oh, it's that stupid hallway walking simulator. Yeah, another Game Jolt free game. Screenshots looked interesting. I don't know, it just I went into it and nothing happens. And at the moment where they get to jump scare you, they fuck it up. So fuck that game. We did Forts. So by this point, the horror vibe, I kind of like, I get the feeling, I can feel the pulse of the channel, and the channel's crying out to me, stop with the horror for a bit, please. You're scaring us too much. So we turn things on its head, go into a happy genre, and I jump into Forts. Now, Forts was gifted to me by GameHog, who in turn was gifted to them by the developer themselves. It's like Worms meets Polybridge. It's good fun. You build a castle, you build a fort, you have to fuck up the other guy's fort and win. So the first video was kind of an introduction to that, but we chased it up by doing a multiplayer with GameHog. It was like, Team Spammals versus Team GameHog, and they won once again. They always win, bastards. It was a fucking long game, though. That's a heavily condensed version you saw. Anyway, it's a really cool game, and it's a game I'll definitely play again, and I think it's a game that would really be suitable on a tablet. I could see myself playing that in a car or an airplane or something like that. More so than a PC. But anyway, cool game. We also got back into VR. Batman VR, to be precise. And this was cool because this was a PlayStation exclusive that then came to PC. I didn't think I'd ever get to play it, and heaven behold, here I am playing it. It was cool. It was more like a detective game rather than a Batman game. There was no action adventure. It was just kind of observational. And that's okay, because the story was interesting. But at the back end of the game, no spoilers, but they went full horror. Like, they've done some horror in VR better than the VR horror games I played. You know, it was genuine creepy. That was cool. Seriously, give anyone a mirror in VR and they go bat shit crazy. Do you see what I did there? Then we did Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. This is the game I've had on my shortlist for quite some time, and I was waiting for the right moment to go into it, and I felt like now I needed some like funny content. I just knew that this was going to be gold, and it wasn't disappointing in any ways. America versus zombies versus knights. Didn't know what to expect, and it came out way better than I could have expected. America's very strong, and they fire 700 freedom bullets per minute or something like that. The ability to get massive scope on that game is crazy. Like, there's no limits, so you could literally have 20,000 people if you liked, and it's something I'm going to look into. I did part 2, and I avoided the high numbers on part 2. I thought I'd make it more story-driven, so it was Chuck Norris versus dinosaurs, America versus Santa, and then Chuck Norris versus America. I thought it would be kind of interesting having this kind of elimination narrative going on, but then I see from the comments you guys were a little disappointed because you want those big numbers back. So when it does come back, and it will at some point, we're going to go for high numbers. I might even kind of put the suggestion out to you guys, who do you want to see? And like, we can compose videos based on your requests. So that could be fun. Get some group interaction going on. Anyway, moving on, we did Crash World. This was like pizza Grand Theft Auto cubism game. It was interesting, but like that 10-minute video you saw was all of the 10 minutes of fun I could get out that game. Like, literally, there wasn't a minute longer that I actually enjoyed playing. So it's got a very, very shallow half-life, and it hasn't got any depth to it. You drive around, you kill pizza guys. No, you don't, that's a lie. You run over hot dog guys, you run over pedestrians, you run from the police and the fire brigade. And if you feel like a dickhead, you can drive through the park. That's about it. Whoop-de-doo, Spammals, that's amazing. Anyway, moving on. Ultimate Chicken Horse returns. Me, the KG, and the Nathan. So we actually filmed this quite a while ago. You may notice my haircut is a lot shorter in it. We did like 3 or 4 multiplayer collabs. I forget even when. Maybe like in April. I don't remember, but I spaced them out, and it was time for this one to come out, and I left it so long since filming it, I'd even forgotten it myself, so it was really fun to edit it because I was like watching it back for the first time. It was fun. I enjoyed hanging out with those guys very much, and I kind of want to keep them involved in this channel, even more so now that we no longer work together. I'm going to be making efforts to make sure that they don't fade away, they don't fall away, and they don't disappear. I love those guys very much. I mean, I love playing with the Game Hog and with the Lisa, but I mean, I don't want to ever forget these guys. So, yeah, Ultimate Chicken Horse, good times with old friends. Moving on. So, we're now in this week, the last week of the month, Super Hook. It's a free-to-play game on Game Jolt, and it looks terrifically awesome. And it was. It didn't disappoint. So the gimmick of Super Hook is that you can only move by using a hook shot. and time-only moves and new move. So it's taken the puzzle dynamic even further, because then you really are restricted to how you can move, and you have to really plan your movements, and it has a really steep learning curve. The first level is pretty fucking hard. And like the lessons I learned from the lighthouse, I didn't really jump cut. Like I used like maybe 4 jump cuts in the entire thing. That's very small for me. It was good fun, and I feel like the video put across the struggle that I was having and the difficulty, because I could have cut that just to show me winning. It would have made it seem a lot easier. But it was really good, genuine good fun. I really hope that you guys go and download it and check it out for yourselves. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's fun. So, Super Hook. Yes, mate! As Crash World and Ultimate Chicken Horse went out, I was at Comic Con in London, and that was the best. I've never been before. It was super fun. So I did a Comic Con highlights reel on the Monday, and in it you got to see GameHog, you got to see Luke and James play, who are super awesome guys. They really need your help. Go check them out. There's probably a link in the description below. They need to get to 500 subscribers, and they can get themselves a new animated intro. And this is important because like their channel as it is now is kind of like their current stage is the end of their beginning, and as soon as they get this intro, that's like the transition to the next phase in their life as a channel, and everything's gonna just shift for the better. So we've got to get them to 500 as soon as possible. So check out Luke and James play, but they are such genuinely awesome chaps. I'd never played with them having gone to Comic Con, but I was aware of them when we'd spoken briefly online. And they were just so fun to hang out with. And coupled with hanging out with GameHog, that's the first time I met up with GameHog, and we've hung out a lot online. It was such a coming together of friends. And then plus we had Cream Creeps and Lisa there. I didn't get to see Lisa as much as I really wanted to. That sucks, but maybe next time. But Cream Creeps, I spent a lot of time with Cream Creeps as well. And I've played a couple of games of her, but we didn't really have many chances online to really get together one-to-one, so it was really nice to spend so much one-on-one time with her. We even watched a film together. It was amazing. Anyway, Comic-Con was awesome. There's going to be more about that soon. After I get back from my vacation, we're going to be doing stuff, so I'll talk more about that another time. Anyway, Super Hook came after that. That was yesterday. Today's the vlog. Here we are, the end of the month. Now, no time for weight loss. I need to literally bring this video to an end. I am so up against it. So, as you may have picked up from this vlog, I go on vacation. I leave tomorrow. No, I leave on Friday. June the 2nd, I leave, and then I'm going on a cruise. I'm going around the Mediterranean for 2 weeks. We depart Southampton on June the 3rd. I've never had a 2-week holiday from YouTube before. So this is going to be interesting because we haven't missed a single upload since January 2016, and I'm not going to let that begin now. So I've been working my butt off this week, trying to generate enough buffer, not only for this week, not only for the 2 weeks of the holiday, but then even an overlap, so when I get back from the cruise, I have a couple of days to get back into the flow of things, because there's definitely a transition period, and oh boy is it hard. So I'm nearly there. I've picked a very good game that's going to hold us over for the majority of it, but getting that game finished on time, it's got 1 hour episodes each episode, and there are not too many people like that, but it's the only way it's going to get done in time. It's a very big game. So today, after I get done recording this, I'm going straight back into that, and I must get that finished filmed today, because I've got about another 15 videos that need editing, and about 11 of which are an hour long each. So I've got today and tomorrow to get everything done, because after I leave, there's no point of changing anything. So, and it needs uploading as well, so much needs doing. I have to go. So I'm sorry for this more brief and impersonal, I guess, vlog, end of month vlog. Honestly, as soon as this holiday's done, this channel is going to have nothing but smooth sailing. Transitioning from having a day job to this, yeah, it was difficult having the day job and juggling YouTube. So without the day job, the pressures should have been released. I should have had ample time to get all of this done. But with this holiday being here and with Comic Con being there, it's maintained that pressure, because I knew that there'd be down days. And it's just, if anything, it's made it harder. If I had the day job still, God, this would be impossible. But it's been a very hard, 2 weeks now since I left my day job? But we're getting there. And as soon as I get back from holiday, there'd be no prep that I need to get done. So it'll just be maintaining the daily upload for now, and then starting to get a buffer built, and then I can start to develop some of these special ideas that I've got that are going to really diversify the channel, and then when comfortable we can push this up to 2 uploads a day. That'd be fun, and I'm very tired, I'm sorry, and my voice is going. I need to go. So, on that bombshell, thank you for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.